Take a seat, take a breath. Got a feed that decides life and death. Every chart is a mountain, a meme, a decree. Is this genius or mass lunacy? So with me, down this wild mentality, where a frog with sunglasses screams we're early endlessly. Oh, see, bulls and bears and fantasy, every post's a prophecy. It's nothing made to be. If you want to read what passes for a master plan, simply click and flick your thumb across this broken land. Want to know which way the winds of crypto might just be? Go scroll me. One says up, only friends. Next says this is how it ends. Someone's calling the top, someone's buying the dip, someone's typing a thread as their last relationship slips. Scroll with me through the fear and ecstasy, where a chart in crayon gets 1,000 hearts for free. You'll see every hot take, every plea. I was right in 23. Trust the vibe, ignore the spreadsheet. If you want to gauge if hope or panic's in command, if they're building castles or just castles in the sand, want to test if we're all early or just fantasy? Slow with me. Is it signal? Is it noise? Are we traders? Are we toys? Every candle, every coin is a cult you can join. Go with me, let the chaos be our key. Read the mood like it's a map to some great mystery. You'll see faith and doubt and harmony. I'm all into, I'm set free.
In one day, in one same tweet.
If you want to know if folks are brave or out of time, if they're quietly convicted or have simply lost their minds, then my friend, you found the perfect place to start this stream. So scroll with me.
G-scroll. Sorry. Apologies. Just entered a bit of a fugue state. Eyes rolling in the back of my head, turned into a didgeridoo. You know the vibes. You know the vibes. G-scroll to all who celebrate. My name is Dude Lifts. It is Tuesday, June 30th. Holy shite. It's June 30th. My gosh, where has the year gone? But alas, we celebrate this Tuesday, June 30th. You and I together to scroll the timeline and to understand the vibes, to understand what's going on. We've got a few folks watching. Monty says signal or noise before the scroll. I mean, scroll with me is always all noise, no signal. Let's be real with ourselves. But I think what you're asking are what are the vibes? What is the vibe prediction? And sometimes the timeline provides. So first tweet, I see a snapshot of Clanosaurus digital collectibles was taken yesterday with the time. Details soon. I mean, maybe I'm feeling a little vibe-ish. Maybe I'm feeling a little clay-ish, comfy in clay. JK, lol. I mean, not actually. I'm not bullish. But I mean, Ansem coin is insane work, but hey, bags are pumping, but liquidity is thin. But then I see stuff like this, so I'm like, hey. But that being said, we're just talking about what's happening on chain. Vibes overall, dude, we've got OpenUSD coming out. We've got Visa and MasterCard saying, yo, we're about to drop a stable coin up in this bit. I don't know. I think the vibes are good. I've been saying that people have been building in the bear. It's the best it's ever been technologically. And it's just a matter of time. Been saying it. Position yourselves accordingly. So I'm feeling good. But yeah, we got a little Klano snapshot, which is trippy because Klano's normally, they do the Popkins mint, they make a big production out of everything, and not to say that's a bad thing. So I'm very interested in what the Heliante this is about. But be like Monty, get in the chat, say what's up, say G scroll, Um, ooh, Hermes agents now scrapes the web faster. Things we love to see. Things to love. Talk to this guy who wanted to quit his job. He's making around $200,000 trading per month, which is very solid. Yeah, I'd say so. The feedback I gave him, which may be counter, is to keep his job because it's allowing him to somehow consistently trade and win like this. A lot of people make the mistake of leaving something good. I mean, I clicked in, which I never do. I understand the sentiment. Like, hey, if it's working, don't change it. Conventional wisdom would say that if you can, input a certain amount of effort, achieve a certain amount of results, you can add more effort and achieve more results. I know it's not that simple, but I just saying. Oh, we've got Will Weinrob here from Digitoy saying, so stoked to be working with the Clanosaurus team to bring a ton of fun to Digitoys. Klano is building something incredible, and we can't wait to see it on the platform alongside the most recognizable brands in the world. Dude, things we love to see. Shout out to Will Weinrob. Stays building, stayed in the trenches, and seeing results. Things we love to see. Walt Disney World shared a video of Mashango enjoying his new enrichment. Dude, Lions. All right, to understand how the World Cup matters around the world. Oh my gosh, I saw this. Mexican fans are shouting at the Ecuadorian hotel to keep them awake at night. Yes. Yes. Incredible. Wait, just in, Amazon to hire 11,000 entry-level jobs. What about the robots? What happened to the robots? Where are they at? Dude. Monty says with the ZB shirt type shit. Yes. Shout out to ZB. Shout out to ZB. Dude, ZB was at a dinner, a Good Company dinner we went to on Saturday. Shout out to Maha. Good Company. Dinner vibes. Yeah, and ZB brought merch, dude. It was fucking sick. And that's the type of shit. He really made something, Okay, I will say so. Amazon to hire 11,000 entry level jobs. There was a time in my life where I was like, in between jobs, I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll just apply to Amazon, get something going. And so they're like, okay, come into this place. And it was a temp agency, which I'd never been to like a staffing service before. So I was like, okay, cool. And then they were just like, then they just started like basically like just shouting out like commands like, all right, everybody get over here, shove this fucking drug testing swab in your mouth. And we're all just sitting there just like this like drug testing swab. And I was like, I was like, we're cattle. like Amazon doesn't even bring us into their own facility. They shop it out to somebody else to onboard you, drug test you. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going back there. Kuya says G scroll to you, good sir. Let's keep going here. Etched, we're coming out of stealth. All right. We built our first racks after a successful AO tape out. Don't know what that means. $1 billion in consumer contracts and 800 million raised. Early customer tests show us achieving state-of-the-art throughput, latency, and power efficiency on inference workloads. Our first racks shipped this summer. I mean, so what's the deal? So it is just a rack. Okay. I was like, oh, did they make a rack into a tiny box? Like that would be interesting. I mean, cool. I guess. I don't know what it means. There you go. What did you guys expect? We've all played these games before. Oh my gosh, I'm laughing. I'm like this entire time with the Ansem coin, I've been thinking about the meme from what is it? Good Game. He's like, I've played these games before. Like it's like, dude, we knew. Dude, be like Kuya, be like Monty, say GM in the chat, make friends in the comments. Oh, 3-year dash pass for T-Mobile? Shit. Okay. Damn, that's sick. No wonder why they've been fucking hammering me with things. Okay. Your scholarship is confirmed. Dude, let's give a little refresh on the timeline. We need some freshy tweets. We got some interesting things here. Okay, this is interesting. Yeah, so OpenClaw releases their app, and people absolutely dunked on them. They're like, "What is this vibe-coded slop?" It's like, well, what did you expect? First and foremost. But yeah, in Pete Stevie is just talking about how it's an open source project and how it's going to keep getting better, and that's it. That's it. We keep going here. Oh my gosh! So Rhinotic of many things, of 10,000 tokens, of strategy tokens, of blah 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 blah, blah, introduced fake world assets. Okay, this is interesting. Not the fake world assets thing. It's intriguing, sure, whatever. But I'm realizing now. So people were kind of really heavy on the strategy token thing. I know a few projects adopted it as their ecosystem token, which there's some advantages to that. It's fair launch, it's a community thing, all that jazz. But what I'm realizing, and luckily it's on chain, it's immutable, it'll keep running forever, whatever. But I'm like, if you had any expectations about Rhinotic essentially maintaining it or improving the protocol or building tooling, I think you got to let that go at this point in the way that Rhinotic is just an on-chain experimenter. He'll lean into whatever's getting traction, and then he'll leave it in the dust and move on to the next thing, and that's fine. That's he's a builder, experimenter, building public guy. So the same thing could be said. It's like, oh, you launched your token as an ERC20. Well, the Ethereum Foundation is not going to approve ERC20. So same vibe. So not any real question there. Let's see here. Monty says, as a tech head, a tiptoe into that new Jack Butcher launch would be sick. The economy of words. Yeah, I looked at it. I saw something because I think Emlo tweeted at Jack Butcher and was like, hey, I purchased some words on the original economy of words. And Jack Butcher was like, oh, well, we'll credit your account to bid on the auction. And then so I looked at my account to see if I had credit and I didn't. And so I said, all right, bye. And that's about as far as I got. Yeah, I'm unaware of any like new tech being deployed, but maybe. I think what a lot of people would discover is like, especially like fire up Claude, like the things you can do with the underlying technology that already exists are just infinite. The only limitation is your creativity. So people want to do meta. It's like just make one, go do something. So yeah, there's that. Let's see. And for all the experiments that Jack Butcher has launched and have succeeded, many have also quote unquote failed. So I think you just got to get in the arena and try stuff on chain. And that's the cool part is like nobody accuses Jack Butcher of rugging or extracting because he continues to do that. Kuya says, I got credits for the first one. Check again. Fuck. I know there's like an hour left on that thing. I'll have to go check again. Thanks, Kuya. ZB in the chat. ZB on the shirt. G Scroll to you, good sir. A G Scroll salute to you, good sir. And a toot of the whistle. Oh, what a good one. My God. Okay. This morning we launched Open Standard amongst 140 partners, enthusiastic and committed to weaving stablecoins in the global economy. I mean, damn. Dude, the people who be out here, here's the thing. Yeah, CB, t-shirt fits great. Iculus, G Scroll to you, good sir. Here's the thing. I see so many people tweeting about, Open Standard and stuff like that. And then I have to click in and read their bio. And they're like, President Technology Business at Stripe. I'm like, learn something from crypto. Where the fuck is your affiliate badge? I don't believe you. Who are you? I don't believe you. Does your reputation precede you? Not up in here. Get him a fucking affiliate badge. Same thing happened with Visa. It's like president of fucking Visa. No affiliate badge. Okay. What am I supposed to do with that? All right, let's see here. Brian Brinkman says, pretty depressing that we have to show our artworks alongside videos of people dying on this messy ass platform. You know how many videos of people dying I see on my on my Twitter? 0. In 170 episodes of Scroll With Me, how many videos of people dying have you seen on here? 0. There's an ancient, Persian wisdom that says, show me a man's friends and I'll show you the man. So here's what I say to you. Show me a man's timeline and I show you the man. I said it. I said it. I said that the timeline is a reflection. You like things. You look at things too long. It comes back to you. The timeline provides. All right. All right, here we go. Here we go. Bush babies. That's cute. A payphone was put on one of the wealthiest neighborhoods in Los Angeles, and another payphone was put in one of the poorer neighborhoods. Oh, this is interesting. That's cool. Ooh. Okay, I need to get some Mizuki TCG. I don't know if you can buy them online. I've been so I did appreciate this, and maybe shout out digital somebody, please, let the Etherverse hear me here. PP McGee from Pudgy's built a vibes checker for all the Torque It. Well, Target. For all the Target stores, so you could see if your local Target store had stock. I wonder now, I imagine the kind of TCG collectible stores of the world don't have as advanced infrastructure. So I don't know if that's an option, but maybe even saying like, here's where we stocked it. Here's where we shipped to. Here's where our distributor sent them to would be awesome. So I can know where to go to get my Azuki TCG because I want to rip some packs. I want to rip some packs. This cow thanks you. Oh my God. I love this shit. I love the random Twitter accounts like this shit, the cow, and then they just do this. For some reason, that's hilarious to me. Let's keep going. If you're under 40, you still have time. Yes. Yes. I'm under 40. I still have time. Ooh. It's getting a little toasty in here. I had to turn on the fan. Getting ready for today's anchor drop. Go ahead and make sure your token proof is already connected. Oh, I forgot Yuga bought token proof. Damn. That shit's tight. Try an incognito window to order. Interesting. There's parts of the Yuga technical universe that I don't understand. I think it's great that they own token proof. That's great. There's something called a glyph wallet. I don't really know what that's about, but they apparently own that too. Not really sure. Dude, let's give a little refresh. Let's freshen up the timeline. Hopefully we don't see any dead people. Wait a second. Claude Sonnet 5 is going to release and even potentially Fable 5. No way they bring Fable 5 back. There's no way they bring Fable 5 back. If they bring Fable 5 back, say goodbye to your boy for a little bit. That shit was a banger. That shit was a banger. I did see something from AJC this morning. So AJC said something about how, like every other day, there's a new FUD article about collector crypt. And I will say, it definitely feels like that. I don't know if it's an organized FUD campaign. I'm not gonna say that, but kind of feels like that. Iculus says, what was so good about it? Good about what, Iculus? We need more context. But I would love to answer your question. All right, let's keep going here. Yes, Declinosaurs. Yes. Oh, maybe he's asking about Fable 5. I don't know. Fable 5 was just magical, bro. You had to be there. Those 48 hours. Yeah, he was asking about Fable. You just had to be there for those 48 hours. It just did things, man. It just did things, But that's part of that AI psychosis. You know what I'm saying? That frontier model, it always hits a little bit different because it's what you expect. It's a little bit of cognitive bias at play. And it just keeps us coming back, The dope man's dropping new dope on the street. What are you going to do? Ooh, Figure 03 has arrived at BMW. These look wild. Okay, these are different than Neo. Okay. Need to get some of these though. No, 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 no. Okay. Okay, this actual cartoon was really funny. And Jonah Blake called it out that this person, they're like, they can make a lot of money doing this style of content. And so it's just like commentary on crypto, but just anime-fied. It is just like is fucking hilarious. Um, please, more people do stuff like this. It was incredible. Cled, now for the first time, officially charting in the top 200 finance apps. Dude, honestly, I need to be speaking into my phone for Cled for money. What am I doing? What am I doing not speaking into my phone and Cled for money? I did just start shopping out my spare compute uh, via Dark Bloom the other day. So I'm earning money on my GPU space. Oh, Ikea says, do you redo some of your projects when a new version is released? Does it redo it in a more efficient way? Yes, 100%. Like I said, could be AI psychosis, but I have absolutely done that because I have some versions that were built on like old Opus, and so I'll just point it at the repo in the files, locally, and just say like, "Go for it, my brother." And so it did a really good job. I built a fairly complicated dashboard that it did a really good job redoing with Fable. I built some games with Fable that I was previously like absolutely sucked ass on previous versions. And I saw a tweet. Granted, is this rage bait? Is this not? I don't know. But I thought this was interesting. Whether it's true or not, I'm just saying this guy might have been self-employed. Who knows what his deal was? But he basically said, like, this is the story. So maybe this is an extreme version. But he said, I saw the announcement about Mythos, which was Fable at the time, and how they weren't going to release it because of safety, whatever. And he's like, and I stopped coding that day. He's like, I just went and touched grass. He's like, I suspected they would release Fable in 6 months, and I would be able to basically catch up on my backlog of work very quickly. From the announcement about Mythos not being released due to government regulations way back, they released it publicly in 2 months after that. And so he was like, yeah, I've basically caught up. Like in a couple of days, what I took off 2 months just fucking around and going on vacation. Now, granted, then they shut it off again. So it's like, oh, was it a good bet? Realistically, do most people have the flexibility to do that kind of thing? No. So yeah. But I'm just a tinkerer, so I tinker, you know? Tinkerer be tinkering. Oh shit. Be at City Field, Pokemon Go night, August 25th. That's wild. Dude, Pokemon Go be out here, dude. Pokemon Go be scraping our data for Palantir. And still people play that shit. Things you love to see. The fuck? The face swap of the monkey is hilarious. Wait, no, 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 no. Okay, so we've got ENS says 2026, and we still have OG Ethereum protocols claiming actually the token was always intended to be a worthless pile of shit. Everything wrong with this industry is entirely of our own doing. Until we start holding these responsible, accountable, nothing will change. That's tough. We said very loudly, I'm not going to click in, very loudly and clearly early launch and repeatedly since that the ENS is a governance token. We made crystal clear the ENS constitution that the treasury is used first for building ENS and secondly for funding public goods, not for anything else. I don't know if that's quote unquote a worthless piece of shit, but it's like governance tokens are only as valuable as the results created from the governance in my mind. In that we have not seen that happen, if that makes sense. If you're like, hey, this is a governance token, so what are you governing? What are you governing? What are the results? Is the governance action making moolah? Is it making cheddar for the org? If not, I'm hiring 4 deployed creatives at 11 Labs. What the actual fuck? Do we have moved on from 4 deployed engineers into 4 deployed creatives? Oh, that's interesting. I guess that probably means like, hey, I'm an organization, I'm a Disney, whatever, and I want to use AI voice in my thing, but I don't necessarily know where to get started. Deploy the forward deployed creative, help you out. It's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. All right, here we go. Glitch. Oh, we got Marfa in late September. Ooh, need to put that on the calendar. The Data Foundation. Over 10 million registrations have hit trace, and the number keeps climbing. Every registration is a public receipt, can be verified, audited with confidence. Dude, that's that shit I'm talking about. Talking to your phone for CLED. There you go. There you go. Card reveal. Firestorm Alt Art, including Azuki TCG Special Collection Volume 1, available in limited quantities at the Azuki. Oh, see, this is that kind of shit, like alternative arts. Once you get into the TCG world, it just goes deep. That's wild. Stop. Sorry. No way. I tweeted out this morning. I said like circle and tether at the Open USD news, and this is about the same vibe. So, yeah. I mean, I got to imagine Circle and Tether have been trying to get the Visa and MasterCards of the world to adopt their stablecoin, but maybe they were unwilling to like share the yield on the treasury, the treasuries and whatnot like that. I don't know. Or maybe Visa and MasterCard were just like, fuck this. We're going to take all the yield for ourselves. We have the capital to deploy. LFG, Study reveals 60% of Korean children and teens receiving growth hormone injections were height maxing rather than treating a medical condition. Insane work. When I saw this height maxing thing for the first time, I thought about, I went to summer camp when I was a kid, and we had these two very, very small Spanish boys who were in our little cabin, and they had to get these little fucking injections every day. And at some point, one of the counselors told me that they needed some growth hormone because they were small. And I was like, damn, that's crazy. But yeah, apparently that's more common now. And we call it height maxing. Dude, this is killer. Ingy did it. Ingy cooked. Ingy's doing some wild shit right now. If you're not following his account, what you doing? Oh my gosh, they brought out the drums in front of the Ecuadorian hotel. Get out of here. All right, we got 1 minute on the clock. Let's get a little final tweet, a little final salvo. Oh my gosh, this was so ridiculous. So this Vidamo guy has been on an absolute tear going after Ashen for apparently rugging the slabs token. Maybe not rugging, selling inside, whatever. But he's just been he's been fueled by resentment and rage, just unstoppable. Then he pulled this diabolical move where he launched a token, it pumped the market cap, sent it to Ashen's wallet. It was worth like over $500,000 worth. But somehow that created a tax burden for him or something like under New York state law. Just absolute diabolical on-chain work, which reminds me, I saw something yesterday. This was fascinating. There was a big meta a while ago, if you know, like Bags app and stuff like that. It was like, bro, please claim the fees, bro. Like people launching tokens in other people's name, which sounds so biblical, by the way. I launched a token in your name. But apparently with Pump Fun, at least someone recently built a tool that you can just claim the fees to the person they were built for. Like some guy, I guess, let's call it hundreds of tokens were launched for Ansem. So some guy just pays the gas fee and it sends all the fees to Ansem without Ansem agreeing to do it. And I'm like, oh no. Like now there's a world where people just launch tokens in other people's names, send them the fees and be like, all right, the fees are in your wallet, bro. What are you doing now? Like it's going to be tough out here. But I have exceeded my time. You guys know the vibes. Thank you all for tuning in. Be like Iculus, be like Monty, be like ZB, be like Kuya, be like everybody in the chat. And until next time, I'll see you on the timeline.